Listen to me, because this is important. We are talking about your money, your hard-earned paycheck, and the way you manage your cash flow as you approach those golden years, or even if you're already there and working a little something on the side to keep the engine running. You've heard about these apps, specifically EarnIn, that let you access your pay before payday. It sounds like a lifeline, doesn't it? But then the doubt creeps in. You're not working a traditional 9 to 5. Maybe you're working 2 part-time jobs to bridge the gap until Social Security kicks in. Maybe you're pulling double shifts at the hospital or picking up consulting hours. And you're sitting there wondering, can I even use this? Will the technology understand my life? I want you to take a deep breath. The short answer is yes, you can, and there is always a but with me because I want you to be smart. You have to understand the mechanics of how it works so you don't end up in a financial tailspin. EarnIn doesn't care if you have 1 boss or 3, but it cares deeply about how it tracks your time and where that money lands. If you are working multiple jobs, the biggest hurdle isn't your work ethic, it's your bank account. EarnIn needs to see a consistent direct deposit from your employers into one single checking account. If job A pays into one bank and job B pays into another, you're creating a mess. You need to streamline. You need one primary account where all that income flows so the app can see the total picture of what you are earning. Now, let's talk about those shifts. I know many of you are working irregular hours. Maybe you're doing 12-hour shifts 3 days a week. The app tracks your earnings in 2 ways, either through an electronic timesheet or by using your phone's GPS to see that you are actually at your place of work. If you are hopping from one job site in the morning to another in the afternoon, you have to be meticulous. You have to make sure the app knows where you are and when you are there. If you're working multiple shifts in one day at the same location, you need to ensure your employer's logging system reflects that clearly. Why? Because the fear here, the big what if, is that the app thinks you're double dipping or making a mistake, and suddenly, that access to your own money is denied right when you need it for an emergency repair or a medical bill. I see the fear in your emails. You're afraid that if you use these tools, you're admitting you failed at retirement planning. Stop it. That is nonsense. We use the tools available to us. But the real danger isn't the app, it's the habit. If you are working multiple jobs and still needing to pull money out early every single week, we have a bigger problem than just multiple shifts. We have a spending problem or a debt problem. You should be using this for a one-off situation, not as a permanent crutch. If you're working 2 jobs, that second paycheck should be your security blanket, not something you're spending before it even clears. The question I get most often is, Susie, will they charge me more if I'm pulling from 2 different income streams? No. EarnIn works on a tip model. But listen to me, just because you can tip doesn't mean you should overextend yourself. If you are working multiple shifts, you are already tired. Don't make your money work against you by paying unnecessary fees, even if they call them tips. Here is your actionable takeaway. If you are going to do this, first, consolidate your income into one account. Second, if you work multiple locations, go into the app settings and add those work addresses specifically. You have to be the CFO of your own life. You can't just wing it and hope the algorithm figures it out. Check your electronic timesheets daily. If your employer doesn't use a compatible system, you might have to upload pictures of your printed timesheets. It's an extra step, yes, but it's the step that guarantees your liquidity. I want you to be powerful with your money. Working multiple jobs in your later years shows incredible character and strength, but don't let that hard work be undermined by a lack of organization. Use the technology, don't let the technology use you. Make sure your GPS earnings tracking is turned on for all your job locations. And most importantly, use that extra income from the second job to build an 8-month emergency savings fund so that eventually, you don't need an app to tell you when you can have your own money. You deserve to stand on your own 2 feet, secure and certain. You can do this.